Trustee Bolden,
Present.
Trustee McMullen,
Present.
Mayor Rudez.
Present.
Also present at this meeting, we have Village Manager Ernestine Beck Fulgham, Attorney Joe Miller. Is there anyone else present that I can't see? Neva,
Yes, I'm here.
okay,
All right.
and I'm here,
And Trustee Williams is on her way in.
okay.
I'm going to start reading our disclaimer. Pursuant to Governor Pritzker's Executive Order 2020-07, COVID-19 Executive Order number 5, which suspends the requirements of the Illinois Open Meetings Act, requiring in-person attendance by members of a public body during the duration of the gubernatorial disaster proclamation. The members of the village board will not be physically present for the designated board meeting, but will instead be participating in the meeting through audio access using a virtual meeting platform. Public comments may be submitted in advance of the meeting to Village Clerk D. Jones at university-park-il.com or by text message to 708-473-6201. All comments must be received by 5 p.m. the day before the meeting. In order to give proper consideration to all items on this agenda, the mayor will limit participants in the debate and will close off protracted, repetitive, irrelevant, or abusive remarks. Public comments will be limited to a total of 30 minutes. Okay, Pledge of Allegiance, Madam Clerk. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of
America and to the republic
for which
which
it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible,
indivisible.
with liberty and justice for all.
I understand that there's going to be a motion for a tabling of the minutes.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, make a motion to table the minutes for this meeting.
Moved by Trustee Brooks,
Second.
second by Trustee Jenkins and Bolden. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Williams, did she make it in?
Not quite. She's working on it.
Trustee Brooks,
Votes aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell,
Votes aye.
Trustee Franklin,
Both sides.
Trustee Bolden,
Votes aye.
Trustee McMullen, Mayor Rudez. I saw his mouth move.
Yes, vote side, Madam Clerk. General, okay. General public comments, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Mayor and Board, I only received one general public comment for this meeting. It was received on March 22nd at 3:36 p.m. Mr. Mayor, if I may, before I get started on reading this, could I say something?
Absolutely, Madam Clerk.
It has to do with the public comments that I received. I would like it to be known that I do not edit or vet the comments that come in. And I was surprised when I was served with a letter to cease and desist, because apparently I had read a comment from someone that a resident felt that it was slandering her. There were no names mentioned. I read all of the comments. It's on the first page of our agenda that states they will be read into the minutes. So I just want to make it clear, when you send in your public comments, make sure that your comments are what you intend to say. And there's nothing in our laws that say you cannot make comments anonymously. So I just wanted to make that clear. I read, I do not edit or vet the comments. Thank you.
Madam Clerk?
Okay, this is from, it starts, greetings, Mayor and Board. I am Robin Walker, President of the University Park Youth Baseball Organization. I am sending this email to the board because this is the only way to make a comment and communicate. So I would like for this entire email to be read into the record because I have major concerns after hearing the YouTube Village Board meeting of February 23rd. To start, I was asked by Trustee Jenkins and the mayor in the summer of 2019 to get the baseball program back up and running because I'd been the secretary, had the knowledge to run it correctly, and could be trusted to not mismanage funds as had been in the previous years. The village scheduled a meeting to reestablish baseball. Our first meeting early September 2019 included Trustee Jenkins, Mayor, Village Manager Ernestine, Eugene Lawson, and Greg Barksdale, whom was invited by the mayor. During this meeting, I explained that the old baseball board had been kicked out of the South Suburban Youth Baseball League and owed an unpaid balance of $218. The mayor asked me to research league ideas and to go ahead and get the program back up and running. I asked the mayor for a guarantee of financial commitment from the village before I started any preparations because I didn't want to waste time committing if things couldn't be paid for. And he said, yes, I commit to funding the program. He promised we would have full financial support from the village for the fields to be redone and brought up to code and to cover our startup cost, which included $300 for concession, $300 for insurance, and $275 for 501c3 application, which Village Manager Ernestine agreed to pay once 501c status was in place. Mayor asked me, number one, if I would include Barksdale into the organization in this process since he had prior experience. I did because I'm a team player and I knew the love Greg had for kids and sports. Two, if I could research other league options and look into getting us into the little. I spent 3 months looking into this and preparing the organization to be up to Little League standards. Got field prep quotes because our fields are substandard and needed a total makeover. Approximate cost to fix was $10,000. So the mayor decided it was best for us to attempt to get back into the South Suburban Youth Baseball League. This could only happen if the mayor agreed to meet with the board personally to vouch for the startup of our new baseball organization and agreed to pay the old $218 fee owed. They reached out to the mayor for 6 months without a response. Greg Barksdale had to continuously called the mayor before getting a response. Mayor never met with SSYBL in person, but did join a conference call with SSYBL and agreed to pay the $218 back balance owed himself. After that, SSYPL contacted me and informed me that they had had this conference meeting with the mayor and explained all rules and stipulations to him, and that since he'd agreed to comply and make sure everything was taken care of, they now agreed to let University Park / my baseball organization back in. They sent me a list of tasks needed to be completed by the mayor, along with probation rules. In other words, the mayor was to make sure all things on the list were done prior to season start. Village manager requested that I do things before organization would be eligible to receive any funding from the village. 1, provide a copy of the owed balance of $218 invoice. Number 2, become 501c3 and provide a copy of the letter and cost to file receipt so that we would be reimbursed the filing fee of $275. 3, form a board and create bylaws. 4, provide a full outline of the organization's program, mission statement, and goals. 5, provide target age groups of the kids that would be participating. All of these things, with the exception of the 501c3, were done prior to our meeting with the village. The 501c3 was established and emailed to the village manager within the week. So, all requested tasks were completed by January 20th, 2020. After a month without response from village manager E, we decided to reach out to the entire board. Throughout 2020, multiple calls and emails were sent to the entire village board requesting reimbursement for the filing fee, startup costs, and to have fields done, without any response back. Now it's March 2021 and still have not received funding nor support. Trustee Jenkins donated the past due balance of $218 that the mayor agreed to pay. I listed all of these details to show the order of events and the dates of when they occurred. Also to inform the other village officials not included in the initial meeting and the residents about how long this journey has been, and to inform you that promises were made to us and the South Suburban Youth Baseball League and not kept. This is why myself and this baseball organization is living with this administration, whom still haven't repaid us nor donated a dime toward the cause. Can the mayor, village manager, and each trustee give their thoughts and ideas on what you just heard? Does any of the above make sense? I'm offended because my character, what I represent, and whom I am, is constantly being undermined. For those of you who don't know me or know my resume, please let me explain. I graduated magna cum laude from Howard University. obtaining a bachelor's degree in science and nursing. Currently, the PTO president at the middle school, baseball president, PTO committee chair, CSK tutor, mentor of school-aged children, court matron of Eastern Stars, sponsor at least 3 community service projects every month, and coach and/or team mom for competitive cheer, basketball, and baseball. I would say I'm more than qualified to run a baseball program. In fact, I handpicked my entire board to ensure we had a variety of individuals who love and care about these kids in our community. Each member possesses the necessary skills needed to run this organization successfully. So to anybody that was concerned, please don't be, because we've got this. Rest assured that this program will be ran with integrity and transparency at all times. We just want the kids to have something to do, but we need the village to do their job as it relates to maintaining fields and helping out with the facilities as mandated by any village. To Trustee Franklin, I'm not sure how and why you'd feel offended about the comments of myself and others referring to the village refusing to support us, a kids sports program. This is a fact, and you all should feel ashamed. You all approved a budget that lacks funding for kids programs. It's been a year and a half, and the only one who has tried to speak up for baseball and or donated is Trustee Jenkins. She also stepped up and paid a fee that the mayor agreed to pay and did not. There's too many games being played, and I'm starting to feel like it's a sort of gender bias going on, like only a man can run things. I pray this is not the case, but it was the potential, but it has the potential to be. It's sad to say the least, and I'm disappointed in the entire board as a whole. To Mayor Rudez, the program doesn't need directions. No, we will not participate in any workshop because it's not needed and it has never been required in the past. Please take into consideration what the board has already asked me to submit. What is needed is what I've been asking you all for this last year and a half: monetary donations, new baseball equipment, or new baseball field. If you cannot provide any of those things, we do not need your input. No, we are not discouraged, nor will we linger on about this subject. We are a predominantly female organization, and we are fierce. We will continue to raise funds to make this organization great. I would like to thank Bridget Simmons Franklin for taking time out to write a letter to me, to the board, on behalf of the baseball organization. I appreciate you because I was becoming concerned with the lack of voices and support of those in leadership roles within our youth and sports programs. No money in the budget for any program per village manager will affect this community tremendously. I hope this answers all of your questions and clears up any confusion that may have come about. Please contact me if you want to know any baseball related so I can share the fact. She did include phone number, email, and then she stated We are sponsoring our first baseball camp in May 1st through the 26th. Cost will be $25 per participant. Please see the flyer for details. Let's get the kids back active and the community activities back going. If you would like to donate, please Zelle funds or make checks payable to the University Park Youth Baseball Organization. Thank you, Robin. I did send this to the board, so they already have a copy of it.
Unmute yourself,
May I
Mayor.
recognize? Mayor, can I be recognized?
Go ahead, sir.
All right, I'm not privy to the conversation that you had with the lady involved, but I tip on my hat to Trustee Sonia Jenkins Bell for donating $200 plus and helping the organization get started. And I'm not privy to the conversation that you had with the lady, but I do believe that all of the committees that she is chair of and all the committees that she is spending her time with, she is able to run the baseball committee. So I know Sonia Jenkins Bell would not give the money if she did not believe in that organization. So I stand behind her and I believe in an organization as well. I think that she can do it. And I really feel that the village can do something for her. Your response to that, Mayor, or Jenkins Bell?
I'd like to make my response real quick, because we're not going to belabor this because we got business to take care of. I didn't ask Mrs. Walker to run the baseball program because I didn't go out and seek her out. I don't know her like that at all. And the time that I had the meeting with her, I haven't heard from her since until just now. So I'm full support of baseball. Anybody who knows me, I spent 15, 16 years out here coaching and organizing sports, youth and activity programs. So when there's something involved in baseball or something of that nature, I'm 110% supportive. As an ex-professional minor league baseball player, that is my true game. So I'm definitely encouraged to see about baseball, but I haven't had any other meetings. One time I had one phone call, and I had the phone call with the baseball organization. At that time, they didn't even know if there was going to be a season. We were in the midst of COVID. So
okay, Mayor, may I be recognized?
Yeah. So I'll be glad to support anything that goes on positive in our community. Make a long story short. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Trustee.
I just want to thank, first of all, I would like to take the time to thank every donation that came through the door. Tonight, we have Mr. Joe Miller. He donated to the organization. Numerous amount of residents have donated to the organization, and I've been involved with it since the start. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend, and I'm not going to sit here and smile and think that everything is okay, because it's not. We had a meeting with Moni Township, and I was in the meeting. I was the only elected official with their last board meeting in Moni. We asked Moni Township one time and one time only for a donation. And with this, they gave us $7,469. I was thoroughly embarrassed. I was grateful and honored and humbled by the donation, but I was thoroughly embarrassed when they started questioning me and our board on why we did not want to do anything for our youth. It was embarrassing, and I was ashamed. And my thing is this: they were very adamant about helping us, but they could not understand why we would not help ourselves. And I can't understand it as well. Now, my thing is that it has been a lot of conversations, a lot of phone calls, a lot of asking, and the door has been slammed numerous amounts of times. We have given everything that we had, or they asked us for when it came to this baseball program. I'm grateful that it's off and running. The village recently today gave the money for the insurance, which is greatly appreciated, but it should not have to go this long and us to ask this long to get this money for children that we say we love and we support in this community. and I would be appreciated if it won't happen again.
Mr. Mayor, may I be recognized? Yes, sir. I'm assuming Trustee Jenkins, you're talking about check 106-88-3. If that is, I see on the bills payable. So, and it's for the baseball youth. So I'm assuming that's what it's about. If that's okay. Well, we're number one. That's step number one. Number two, again, I'll just reiterate, Mayor and Board of Trustees. I did get an email, and I did return that email that I will have that conversation. Once again, my position is that I think the village has pivoted itself towards a position that it can help, or it can start with youth programs. I think what we were trying to do was we're talking about budgeting, and I mean, I can only speak what happened in 4 years I've been on the board, but I think we're going to take that position. And I'm looking at tonight $600 for whatever reimbursement, but I would like to see that $6,000 that we had going for youth sports back in the budget. I yield my time, Mayor.
Mayor,
May I be recognized, Mayor?
Go ahead, Trustee Elizabeth.
Okay, I did also donate. I don't have a whole lot of money, but I donated what I could, and I will keep donating if it's needed. But I do remember I did talk with the manager, and she said that she was gonna donate money to the basketball also, about baseball also. So I don't understand where all this confusion is coming from.
I don't
Can
either.
somebody explain it to me?
we
The
all, can I?
The confusion is not coming from the not
May
having the
I be
money
recognized, please?
to donate to the baseball organization. The confusion is coming from why did it take so long? And why did we have to go through everything that we had to go through to get $600? Are you kidding me? Everybody got their raises. Everybody gets paid every 2 weeks with no problem. Now, what about the future of these children?
You know what that goes
The
to?
future of these children. Now,
I think
we're not gonna start.
under
I understand we need to hurry along and go along with the program, but we also need to give the respect that our children deserve, and not a dollar being funded in anything going into the budget for the children. Are you kidding me? What,
No.
$8,000 for a raise? It was approved. I didn't, but it was approved. Everybody gets paid, but the children are the ones that are suffering. Now, I take my hat off to Coach Tutu, because there's probably a lot of times that he spent his own personal money to take care of children, when the village should be doing something. If you know we have no programming, you know we have no park and recreation, we need to step to the plate and do more. That's what I'm saying.
I truly solely believe you're telling everything the correct way. I will do my best to keep us involved and getting things done with these children.
Yeah, and I come to you, Manager E. So if everybody doesn't understand what's really going on, it just shows the need that we need to have either a park and recreation department or a park district, so the programs can be run the proper way and organized, and quality programs are structured well. If we don't take the legislative action and put these components in place, we're always going to have finger pointing, bickering, and back pointing. It's not about who didn't or who did. It's about collectively working together for the good of the community and structure. See, the community has been band-aided long enough. I'm not a band-aid mayor, so I will take my time and get the stitches and get it right, so it's a permanent fix moving forward, than to just do a quick fix and call it just to say that we've had something. So I'm good for any of the programs, good structure, good organization, good training, good teaching, good backgrounds, good coaches, everything. I'm for it 100%. So don't make it seem like it's bad. And and I'm not campaigning, because I got a record to run on when it's campaign time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, but in the meantime, we just hear the need. We just hear the need. I hear the need. that there needs to be something put in place, and we can't keep short-term 5,000 here. We're not trying to buy votes. We're trying to organize and get programs squared away for not our generation, but for the future generation. So that's why I want them workshops. I want them workshops. We can come up collaboratively and say, this is what it will cost to do a park and recreation department. This is how much it will cost to do a park district. It's going to be the same number, but there are advantages and disadvantages to both. But the need for quality programs for our young people, for our senior citizens, for everybody, what needs to be accomplished. They pay for it. And I must say, I volunteered for a mighty, mighty long time. That guy right there, Mr. Franklin, he didn't have no hair on his face. I had him at 10 years old, and we worked together as a program, and we fundraised year-round, 24/7. We had dances, we had programs, we had events, and we didn't get a dime from the village. But times have changed now, and if the programs need support, we'll help the programs if they need support. But I haven't heard anything since then. I didn't even know if there was going to be a season. Okay, so Trustee Shirley, Manager E, and then Trustee Shirley. D, we done lost that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
I just say, go ahead, Ms. E.
Very quickly, there is some misinformation in this correspondence. And first of all, I was not employed by the village in early September. And I didn't agree on anything. And in the meeting, it was Trustee Jenkins. All of us know what happened. I was learning about it. So I didn't commit anything. I want to clarify that. The second thing is the account is set up as a reimbursement account. So what she had in this information is correct. But I've only gotten, I got a receipt and for the receipt reimbursement for the getting into the organization, and I got the actual 501c3. I only got the balance of the information that I requested a week ago. So all of this, and I'm hearing all this, and whoever wrote the letter did a wonderful job, but it's not very accurate. And I'm just going to make it very clear. When I got the information on the board, who they were, and of course I got the 501c3, I got the receipt for the cost to get in there, but I have yet to get the receipt for the receipt for the 501c3 filing and other. So let me just say, and that's part of this. You're questioning backup audit issues. This account was established before I came in. It would have been great had this discussion occurred during the course of the last budget issue. It would have been great had someone discussed it. But the budget you all were talking about was left out of the budget in 2018. We're now in the 2021 budget. Now, when we go into the 21-22 budget, which is now, and this is something the board wants to look at, then we need to look at. Right now is $6,000 on reimbursable expenses, and they're correct in what I asked for, because looking at the files, these are the kinds of things that have been requested in the past. I didn't do anything different, and it's making as though I'm the bad guy here, and that is not the case. I just want to get that clear. Now, everybody is very much interested in the youth, and they should be, but this should have been happening some time ago. I mean, it should have been happening during this budget meeting. If there was major concern about it, then it has to be. But the check I actually had, and I asked, and I had phone conversation, and I thought we had agreed they were going to provide it at the conversation, end of conversation. Then this letter comes up here today, and they went over to Public Works to give directives to Public Works to do things. You just can't do business like this. You can't do business like this. They wanted me to sign an affidavit that would legally
Now, you know, Ms. E, now you're gonna have to stop being fast and loose with the
Okay.
truth.
Excuse me, I'm
Because
telling the
I've
truth.
seen- I
that
have
they
seen
wanted-
Guys,
and it is
Trustee,
not
I
after day.
respected you, please.
Now, I have been
Let me-
very
let me
respectful to
finish
you,
my
but I'm sitting here
conversation,
listening to
please.
this nonsense.
They
All right,
It's just not
ladies,
trustee.
please.
So I'm not.
Manager E, let's comment. We finished with the comments. We're going to the agenda.
That's
Yes,
just
sir. Mr. Mayor, can I make a point of order that we go, I think we went over the 30-minute, that's in the standing rule.
Yeah, so let's rock and roll. We did 7:30. Yeah, hey, good point. All right. Is there anything that anybody would like to pull from the agenda?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, can I pull F2A, or actually, yeah, F2B? Or did I see this? So actually, I guess we would be voting singly then if I pull one.
Yes, that's correct, trustee.
You don't need a saying two, but just I'll pull one. Yeah, if we can just do that, Mayor.
Okay.
Just quick. This question is for the lawyer. Did you get a chance to review? I know we spoke about this, but this was like my concern of when we had the committee to hold some items. I know we do put it on the agenda, but I don't think I caught this. But did you go over the concern that we had? I think even Trustee Shirley Bolden brought up.
You're talking in regards to the community benefits ordinance, trustee? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So what I did is I made revisions to it, so that it's not necessarily a requirement. It does create a community benefit organization. One of the issues that Trustee Jenkins Bell had mentioned was she felt that members of the community should be involved. So I did revise it so that this community benefits committee would be have members of the community that would be appointed by the mayor. I also want to I had put in some things, and the village clerk actually and the mayor were very helpful, because I wasn't sure of all the departments you have in the village, and they were very helpful with that. The idea is essentially, if there's an impact area, like the developer that they would, let's say they're putting it in one part of the village. In theory, we try to get a development project in that area where the development is going, but the mayor would appoint members to this, and the mayor on the community benefit committee, so that they can approve projects and have kind of a list of projects in each area that they would like to see get done. That's the gist of it. I think this, it's because it's not necessarily a requirement. There's not that, that pay to play issue, isn't there because it's not required per se, but you're going to have a list of projects that hopefully that the developers are going to want to get done, and working with you, they'll get those things accomplished. So that is the changes that we made to that, sir.
Okay, because I guess the one concern that I have is that sometimes we have officials, like a developer who just he come and it just seems like they always say, "What can you give University Park?" And that does not sound good when a trustee says that,
And you're 100% correct. And that's why we, if in the ordinance, we have it so that we have members of the community and they come up with a list of ideas of projects that you would like to see get done. So it's not because I agree, that was my concern. I don't want it to be I don't want a developer to think, oh, as long as I do Joe Miller's project, I got Joe Miller's vote. And that's what I did not want to have happen. So.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was not, I'm glad you said that, Attorney Miller. That was not the intent when we brought this up. So I'm glad you clarified that. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
All right. So are we pulling Trustee Brooks?
What is that you want to pull?
No, we pulled it already. I guess we can call the question. So whoever's for it can make the motion.
What did we pull? That's what I'm asking.
Item
No,
FQB.
You just put, what you did was, because there was only 2 items on the consent agenda, by wanting to discuss one, that means you're going to vote on each item separately. I don't think Trustee Brooks was meaning to pull anything, as far as I know. He just wanted to discuss it. But since there's only 2 items, when you pulled one for discussion, that means you're going to discuss both of them.
Well, can I be recognized then?
Yes, ma'am, Trustee.
Can we pull F2A?
Actually, if right, yeah, she's right. Well, it would have to be motion, right? Just Attorney Miller, right? Because I one, so
Can I motion?
yeah.
So I guess here's where I'm confused. Is it a motion to approve it, or a motion to table it, or a motion to remove it completely?
I'd like to table it right now. A motion to table it.
Oh, second.
Okay, give me 1 second.
And what's your concern, Trustee Liz?
Because I was reading this and it looked like this should be a committee and it says project. So what's the difference? It's just gonna go on? I think we should discuss some more about this.
And let me, Miss Trustee Williams, oh, I'm sorry, I interrupt you. I apologize sincerely. I thought you were done, so I apologize for that.
It's just that the project, it would be developed. You see what I'm saying? So
I do, and I was going to address that.
It's a committee.
Yeah. So the resolution actually does create a committee. If you look at the resolution, one of the first sections after the whereas actually creates a community benefit committee that's appointed, that is comprised of residents of the village, and they're on it for a 2-year term. So it does actually create a committee, and then the job of that committee is to come up with a list. So it does. I tried to address that, and I understand but if you look on essentially where it says section 2, it says the village hereby establish the community benefits committee, which should be comprised of residents of the village of University Park, appointed by the mayor for a 2-year term. So the idea is not to go beyond, right? Yeah, because then you're going past a new, essentially an election term. So that's why.
Right.
And Trustee Williams, the projects that he's speaking about are things that we would like to see done inside the community, like our parks renovated, or our Regal Farm, or our Pine Lake. Those are the projects that he's talking about. Now, unless you're speaking about something completely different, that's what the committee would do, is pick out projects within the community.
Would it be in concurrence of the board, or would it be strictly the mayor? Because
No, it'd be in concurrence with the board. You know how the appointments go.
Right, okay.
It's just like any other committee and commission, yeah. I mean, because right now we're in the development season and we've been getting shortchanged. We've never even had anything in place. People say good things, but when you got certain things in black and white, they feel like we want corporate partners. We don't want people to come in and make their investment, and the community is just still here the same. Great business to impact the community greatly.
So, Mr. Miller, so you're saying this is like a committee?
Yes, ma'am. It is creating a committee. It's creating a committee as well. And the job of that committee is to come up with a list of projects. So when you guys decide, essentially it may be the next meeting, the mayor, if you guys approve it, then it may be at the next meeting, they'll give you a list to say, hey, let's approve these guys to be on the committee.
And on the committee, that includes the residents of the village, correct?
Right. Yes, the committee is comprised of residents of
exactly.
So it doesn't have to be board members per se. I didn't make it that narrow, so that it would only be, so it could be, in theory, it could be board members, it could be members of the community. You may have people in the community who have specific needs and wants or interests, more of is probably a better term, in appointing people on the committee who are, you know, for example, Trustee Jenkins Bells is interested in the farm that you have there. So maybe, you know, if you have a diverse group of committee members, they can make sure that you have a diverse group of projects for that for the list.
Okay. That sounds better.
Okay.
So
Like
I guess I
understand.
withdraw my motion.
Okay.
All right. So what are we doing now? We separating them?
Yes, sir. That was it was so they have to be separated out to two separate motions.
All right. Item F2A. Is there a motion, a resolution providing for and creating a community benefits program as a part of development and or redevelopment projects?
Which one are we doing now? 2A?
Yes, ma'am.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Franklin,
Second?
second by Trustee Bowden. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Williams,
Both aye.
Trustee Brooks,
Votes no.
Trustee Jenkins Bell, Trustee Jenkins Bell,
Both aye.
Trustee Franklin,
Both aye.
Trustee Bolden,
Both aye.
Trustee McMullen,
Votes aye.
Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye.
Mr. Mayor, that's resolution R 2021-10.
Okay. Item F2B, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of an agreement by and between the Village of University Park and the lowest responsible bidder, Front Runner Systems, Inc. Is there a motion?
Question.
Yeah, go ahead, Liz.
I mean, okay, you know, reading this.
Mr.
Liz, you gotta wait for a motion first.
Motion to put it on the floor.
Right, gotta put it on the floor. Motion by Trustee Bowden. Need a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Williams. Questions?
My question is,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, when you said the lowest bidder, so that means we are going to get 3 bids, right? That's what we should be doing, getting 3 bids. And do we go with the lowest? Is this what it's explaining?
Yeah, that process has already been completed. We're just, the engineers is making the recommendation to the board.
Okay, so it will be 3 bids though.
No, this is procurements. These are procurements. Normally supplies are procurements. These are procurements. These are windows. These are for windows on the fire department. But there were 2 that submitted their bids, Trustee.
Okay. So they're going with the lowest one? We didn't get 3 bids? They didn't get 3 bids?
We didn't get 3 bids.
2.
We got
Well,
2.
Sometimes, go ahead. Liz.
We get
Thank
3
you.
5. This particular time, we only got 2.
Yeah.
Can we table it until we get another bid?
No, all the law requires is 2 without rebidding. If you get 1 bid, then you would rebid it again. And if you get 1 more, and then by law, you can ask for approval.
Okay. Okay.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Williams,
Both aye.
No, I had a question. You didn't let me,
I'm sorry, Trustee Shirley. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, sometimes even when we put it out to bid, there's only a certain amount, or 1 or 2 that actually show interest in the bid, Liz. And also the other question was, my question was in my packet, unless I went to my inbox and whatever, I mean, what's this box called? Whatever this thing is called. And there were some documents missing, like and maybe was missing the engineer's letter of recommendation.
Right.
And the agreement was missing.
Right.
I did not.
It wasn't in the Dropbox, and it wasn't what Dee put together today.
I never received. What you received is all I have received.
We sent a letter on the last meeting. It was a letter, and it had copies of the 2 companies actually submitted. It was a letter from Antero Group and the.
Oh, it was in our other package.
I sent it.
That's
It was
why we
sent
don't
to
have it.
everybody. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I apologize.
Everybody got
I
it.
was looking for it here. Okay,
No,
if we already got it, then
Yeah,
so
it
that's
came
okay.
up in the last meeting. You got it the last meeting.
Okay,
So
I
you-
didn't look at the old package. Okay.
So you're saying that we got to see two bids? I don't remember seeing two bids.
You don't see the, Madam Clerk, go ahead.
It was the letter at the meeting on February 23rd.
Okay.
When the board approved the renovations to Station 2.
Right, I remember
with
that.
Urban, and I guess, okay.
Okay. So we already got it. That's fine. I just didn't
Mhm.
see it in this package.
And you're saying that we got the lowest bid, right?
Ma'am. Always. Yes, ma'am.
The lowest responsible bidder.
Yep, Lois, let me correct you. Right.
I don't know.
May I continue?
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Brooks,
Sorry.
Votes no. I don't see it.
Trustee Jenkins Bell,
Votes no.
Trustee Franklin,
Both sides.
Trustee Bolden,
Oh, I was looking for it. Votes aye.
Trustee McMullen. Trustee McMullen,
Votes aye.
Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, that is resolution 2021-11.
Okay. New business, appointments to the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners and the Golf Course Advisory Committee. Ms. Neva?
Are they here?
That's what I was, yeah.
Have Capri Adams on our line.
Okay, that's Golf Course Advisory.
That's the only one I have.
Okay, Mr. Brown isn't on, okay.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
well, I know we didn't motion it up. Did we keep at least one full certified commissioner until
None of them have reapplied, trustee. Madam Clerk.
But you still,
And they still have a fiduciary obligation until the other members are still seated.
right? I just wanted to make sure that nobody walked
Yeah.
away. That
No.
they still recognize.
Because there's a process that still needs to follow up on.
That's all I'm concerned about. That's it.
I got you.
there are 3 old ones that, 3 current ones that are still on, Mr. Brooks.
Okay. You don't mind telling me who, Madam Clerk? I don't keep track of it. Who
No,
is it?
Sharif Brown. Sharif Brown just recently retired from the Cook County Sheriff's Department, 25-year resident in town.
What about Chairwoman Young? Is she still there?
I haven't heard from her, but according to the statute, she's still there until there's a full slate of new commissioners.
Okay, so she's still responsible for the hiring, right?
For right now.
Okay.
For right now.
Okay. All right. I yield time, sir.
Capri Adams is video and audio in at the time.
Okay.
Okay.
We need a motion, Mr. Mayor.
Motion, Mr. Mayor, for the appointment for the golf course committeeman, or committee woman, rather.
Is there a second?
Second.
We're doing these separately.
Oh, you do them all. Do them all at one time.
I second.
So, you don't even need me to modify that, right, Madam Clerk? Just motion both
Yes.
appointments.
Yes, thank you, trustee.
Okay.
Yes, please. Sorry. Yes, please. I was muted the whole time. Sorry about that, guys.
No problem. Okay. Roll call.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Williams,
Votes aye.
Trustee Brooks,
Votes aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell,
Votes aye.
Trustee Franklin,
Both sides.
Trustee Bolden,
Votes aye.
Trustee McMullen,
Votes aye.
Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I will contact Mr. Brown tomorrow so we can schedule a time when he can take his oath, be sworn in, and sign his paper.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you. Okay, here we go, guys. Bills payable. Attached for your approval is a listing of general operating expenses for the Village of University Park that occurred on the 23rd of February 2021 through the 23rd of March 2021. General Fund, $490,756.20. Road and Bridge is $51,728.17. Town Center Fund, $8,862.68 to 4, 5, and 6, $1,000. Payroll Fund, $3,467.03, with a grand total of $557,814.08. Is there a motion?
Motion. A
Moved
motion.
by Trustee Williams,
Second,
second by Trustee Bolden.
Question.
Question, yes, sir.
Okay, Madam Village Manager, I got quite a few for you. I just want to double check because we're, this is a hefty bills payable this month. We're close to, we over $500,000. Okay, here we go. 103-311, is that a new set of trophies? Because I noticed we had Black History awards on 2 that we paid on the last bills payable. Was it something that was left over? I know we just purchased a whole bunch of trophies, so I'm trying to get, what is the status of this? What is?
Yeah, it came out of the funds of the Mayor's Office of Special Events, came out of their funds that they raised, but they got one set of trophies and then they came back and ordered the second set. So these are totally different. These are totally different.
Okay, so this is, right, so it was 2 sets. So the ones we seen before, that was for the other one. This is for the Mayor's Office of Special Events.
Yes.
This is for the Illinois Women's celebration on this virtual ceremony, honoring Congresswoman Kelly, Senator
Ewing.
Hutchinson.
Is that I just seen on TV or something yesterday?
Probably so, yeah.
Okay, all right. So the next question I have is a group of, in which I'm probably all the trustees probably seen this one, 106-794 through 106-797. Why are we paying, or what is this? What is the going on with the golf course expense through Comcast? Why are we paying for that, or what is going on, or what is the reimbursement? If someone can explain that to me, please, Madam Village Manager.
Well, first of all, the prior vendor left owing. We owed them some money. We not paid them. So we're paying these bills with the dollars that would have otherwise been paid to them. They left quite a few bills, trustee, quite a few.
So this would be, so what they have, this would be the cable?
Yes.
Okay, because it's not specific.
Are these servers?
In the other, it's cable servers over at the golf course. It would have been more, but we found the boxes. They were good charging us for the boxes too. And we found the boxes, so we were able to take the boxes back. So it reduced before we put it on this bill.
So it's like $1,300 worth? That's a lot.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Okay. Well,
a lot more, they weren't recent bills. They were old bills that weren't paid.
Okay. Then, so check 106-773 is who does that bill belong to then? I just want to make sure what golf course management is it? You know, the new ones, and we had the 2 old ones. Who was that?
It's the old one. It's the Indigo.
Indigo? That would have been the restaurant portion.
No, Indigo. That was.
Okay. The golf side.
Yes.
Okay. And then, so then it's 106. 106,843 for almost $400. Is that too? Who's responsible for that?
10683. That is trustee, that's the same, well, that's under the same provisions. That's the balance of the last bill. There should be, I don't have them here. There were quite a few of them. There were 3 or 4 of them. This is part of the same. This is the last of the bill. Now we'll be able to put it in the new companies.
Okay, can I make a point, Madam Village Manager, that the company that just left, the taxpayers just dished out almost $2,000 for something that was their responsibility. Am I correct?
Yes, yes. But we owe them, and we didn't pay them. We haven't paid them because we've been using that money to pay off these bills, and that was the agreement. They wanted, the board moved that, but that we pay them, but we didn't pay them because we wanted to see how much was outstanding. And if I were to tell you actually thus far how much we've paid, you would have said it was great that we held on to the money. So
okay,
that wasn't the only one. It was quite a few.
Can I have a question, Trustee Theo?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask a question for what you just said?
Mm.
May I ask a question? Okay, these bills that they were supposed to pay and they didn't, are we going after them for the bills?
Oh, we've kept their money. We're paying them out of the monies we owe.
Okay, that's
right.
okay.
That's what she was saying. So in a sense, the taxpayers were let off the hook. Thank you, Ms. E. Okay, just double check. 106,853. If y'all can look at that would be for the mayor and Miss E. Did I miss something on that one? The attorney fee? Is that, did I?
So Brooks, what number is that check again?
106,853. Because I know with Aqua Water, we're extensively dealing with some attorneys, and I just want to make sure that was the right attorney, because I know
there were 2 of them.
Okay.
This is the second one. They're the Fran and they're working. So this is the second one. There are 2 attorneys.
Okay.
He's the environmental attorney. So we pay their company a check and we pay.
Got it. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that on the last call. Got it. Okay. What for 106,859? What mailing did we send out that was $490?
Actually, trustee, it's not a mailing, it's several mails. We've sent out certified mails and we charge it to a U.S. Post Office, and it comes in. When the bill comes, we pay it. So it's a combination. It's just not one mailing. It's
okay. It was for the machine. Okay. That sound like itty bitty.
That and certified mail and priority mail.
Okay. And check 106,874. I hope that was just the extra set of keys, or someone made a mistake for $280.
No, that's correct. What we did, trustee, we had, when we bought those vehicles, they had the one, and the question is, if we were to lose that key, and that key has all the iTech and everything in that key. It's just a traditional key. When you turn that key on, it supports all the systems that's being run by that vehicle. So we had to go back to the dealership. The real cost of the key was horrific. They were nice enough to give us a substantial discount. So we got 1 replacement key for an average of every car.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, Miss C, I know our days. I'm not quite graduated up with you, but I do know that they used to give 1 key that was like a master key to all the squad cars. So I just wanted to make sure that was what you. Yeah, that's a master key. Okay, so that was worth. Anybody see that? That is normal. I just wanted to make sure no one lost it. And thank you for 106,883. That was the reimbursement to the baseball. I wanted to confirm, but apparently that came up in general comments. So thank you. I had a question, 106,884. Let me just double check on my computer. 106,884. What did I have a question about that?
On the boards and signs?
Yes, what signs?
And what boards?
Yes. Yeah, what signs, Madam Ville's Madam, for Vernon and for $2,245. I'm just checking what
Okay.
board is that?
Okay. That's a combination of the town center, and there were some logo put up for the on the windows of the vendors, and there were signs made for the entry into the village. So it was a combination. You see those signs?
You mean the ones that say wear your mask? The
Welcome to University Park signs, you see those signs? There's one at Western, there's one at the town center. You see those signs?
Yeah.
Those wooden signs?
Yeah, those signs, yes.
Okay.
We couldn't get DPW to cut some plywood or something this year. I mean, they got us.
Do you want me to answer that question, trustee?
No, ma'am.
No.
Ma'am. I could be cheap. So, all right. I yield my time.
They were cheap. We got
May I-
another.
May I be recognized?
Yeah,
May
but
I
that's
be
what 2,225. I
It's
mean,
just
you
like
must be
those
paying for
two
the.
signs, yeah. It's those boards, it's the vendor sign, it's a combination, so.
So
May
you
I-
mean
may I
the
be
vendor
recognized?
sign on? Ma'am, hold on. Liz, give me 1 second. I'm gonna yield. So you saying that the signs inside the town center we also paid for? Okay, all right. So it's not just the two boards. It's signs inside of. Thank you. All right, I yield my time, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
Okay. May I be recognized? Okay, you got it on mute. You on mute, man. Okay. What I wanted to say is this. We all are human beings. We all have bills. We all got apartments or houses or whatever. Inside of these things, we have to pay bills, light, gas, water, all of these things. We can come back and we can question, oh, well, the water bill costs this or light bill costs that, this, that, and the other. What we don't want to do, if we know something is wrong or we feel something is wrong, we will hold off and we will, call and talk to a president of the company or something.
Mhm.
Well, I'm seeing these things are coming to real, I don't know which word to use, but it's coming up that when we pay our bills, everybody got to pay their bills. That's why I explained all that stuff to you. Everybody pay bills. We got to pay the bills because people doing the work. We got to pay bills because we brought things. We got to pay the bills. If you have a problem with a bill, then put that bill to the side. And say, put it to the side, put it to the side. The rest of the bill should get paid. Everything can't go, no, we're not going to pay the bills. The bills that you got a question about, take that check number out and say everything but that X, Y, and Z. You understand what I'm saying? Hello?
Trustee, let me just say this, and they will tell you, like when I sign the check, I'm about right along what you're thinking. It may take me quite a few hours to sign the check. I will question it. I'll look at the backup. If I don't understand what it is, I have them to go check with the vendor. In fact, I did 19 of them today. Check with the vendor. Then I want to see a picture of what it is. Then I wanted to know where they went. So this is how, since these questionings have come to effect, this is how serious I've gotten with these bills when it comes to these bills. And you're absolutely right on that.
Well, that's why I brought up, everybody has a house, everybody or an apartment, and they have to pay light, gas, and water. So you're gonna say no to all of them, so they cut off your water, your light, your gas, and everything? I think it's wrong. If I got a problem with the water company, I'm not paying the water company. My lights can still stay on, but these people, these things that we are using or receiving, we should pay. Leave the other bills that we got a question about, let us know, put them to the side, and they don't get paid until we, come up with the right answers. Excuse me. Excuse me, you guys, I got that shot, and this is the effect of it. I got a cold.
Uh-oh, don't tell me. Well,
okay.
Mr. Mayor, can I ask,
Go ahead, Trustee Brooks.
Trustee Williams, let me just say tonight, if you add up at least the bills that I even question, and I think I know where you're going with this, but if you add up the bills that I question, they were total close to 10. Now, we normally pay out $250,000 each month, if you have been counting. And tonight we are at $500,000, and we have some things we have to pay, such as the taxpayers should know that tonight we got the bike path construction project in here. We have several things that need to be paid. Thank you. They have to be paid. So, I am going to ask, in which I feel, even if it's $5, the golf course, the taxpayers should not come off. Because if you add up, if Miss E did not take that money or hold on to that money, that would have been $5,000 that the taxpayers have taken out. And if you add that up, and let's just say we do that times 12, how many times, and I think this argument has come up about the golf course. Now, you and I probably hold different positions of what is at that golf course, but yes, the bills have to be paid. But are you going to write a check if you want to make sure the money is there? If you have $100 in the bank, are you going to write $150 check? No. So you want to make sure that if you have to make it stretch, you're going to make it stretch. And we have made it stretch. And that's all that I want to make sure, that our taxpayer dollars are stretching. Now, if I vote no, it's because of a position. But other than that, no, I understand that, yes, the bills will get paid tonight. I think you know that. Mr. Mayor, I yield my time.
Okay, okay, wait a minute. He just asked me a question. I want to say to you, Trustee Brooks, is that I said pay the bills. The ones that you do not agree with, don't pay them. I don't think that what you just said matches what I'm coming from.
Well, I mean.
All right, guys, let's go roll call.
Yeah,
roll call.
Call the question, Mayor. I call the question.
Yeah, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Williams.
Both aye to pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
Trustee Brooks.
Votes no tonight.
Trustee Jenkins Bell.
Votes no, could not ask questions.
Trustee Franklin.
Both aye.
Trustee Bolden.
Both aye.
Trustee McMullen.
Both
Trustee-
aye. Pay the bills.
Mayor Rudez.
Both sides. I want to make sure these programs get their funding that's needed. Absolutely.
Oh, please. Oh, my goodness. You still about it.
I'm going to ask for a 5-minute executive session, Madam Clerk, for the purpose of release and rental of municipal property. 5 minutes. That's it.
Hit y'all mic. Hit y'all mic if you're making comments. Hit the mic. Hit the mic.
That's right.
Trustee comments tonight?
No. I was saying no. Hit the mic. Someone was saying something that it's on YouTube Live. I'm reminding trustees we on YouTube Live.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
Are we going into executive session before?
Yeah, we can go into executive session for 5 minutes. Absolutely.
Before the reports?
No. Let's do the report to the officer. When we come out of executive session, we're finished.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I go first. Mine deal with aqua water. Of course, naturally, Mr. Mayor, we can't go into it as deep as we were before, because as you know, we are making significant progress, but we would like the residents to know. I asked I asked a very important question that in which the mayor, he has been telling you all to about, he mentioned last time about the moratorium on not paying the water. And I would like to follow up that I made a comment this past Thursday on the Attorney General call in reference to, if someone does not pay their sewer bill, can you cut their water off? And as of right now, that is a yes, based upon a state statute. But I can tell you right now, we're fighting for that, because it should not be a situation where, you know, that we have been, how can I say, neglected for so long. I would like to let the residents know on the Aqua call as well, all the complaints of the water breaks, all the complaints of the damages that has come about in the village has came definitely to the AG office attention, even though some of it stretched beyond the scope of why they talk to us. But we're trying to demonstrate as a village that we are not being treated fairly. We are not being treated equally. When I also posed this question, that we are still waiting for this answer. And this answer is, if based upon all the water breaks that are happening in the village, I asked, is it plausible that the chemical that they put in the water caused Aqua water pipes to break? And which is causing, you know, the damage, and it's affecting the residents to the point that they have to boil. So that question is going to be posed to an expert and get back to us either Thursday or in the near future. But I would like the residents to know that when it comes to the water, we're definitely fighting to try to make sure that the residents are compensated as a whole. I cannot go no further. What the request, the trustees have to put their input in reference to what we will be bringing to the table. But I would like the residents to know that please be patient. If you have any problems with your water being delivered or any of the sort, please contact Village Hall, or you can give me a call at 921-4577. 921-4577. I believe the latest that we're looking for is the shut-off notice and some other items. Please feel free to give me a call. I'm the trustee that usually submits that information. I know how to redact your information and submit it to the Attorney General office so that everything will be fine. Other than that, I don't think if Mr. Mayor or Miss E, I think I covered this week's Aqua call for the residents. In that, I submit my time, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Any other comments, trustees?
I think I made all of mine tonight.
Trustee Sine, dear Madam Clerk. Go ahead, Trustee Jenkins.
Can you see it? Let me see. Can you see it? You know, I came home. Let me see if I can turn around. Yeah. I came home the other day, and this was a pleasant surprise. And I just want to thank the Simmons girls for my souffle, for my Ladies Month. I am so grateful to this. They had it hanging on the doorknob, and I was just tickled pink, you know, and my mom tried to steal it. So, you know, I told her no. So I just wanted to thank them. Also, I wanted to take time to really thank every woman in the village and thank them and just say Happy National Women's Day. We do a lot. I want to call out two extremely hardworking women that need to be recognized. Mrs. Deborah Wilson, she was our first female chief here in University Park, and also former Mayor Vivian Covington. She was our first female mayor here in University Park, and I just wanted to tell them Happy National Women's Day, and also, you know, it's happy to, I'm glad to be on this board. Sometimes we get a little heated when we don't think that things are going our way or we're not being fair. I have to apologize to Ms. Ernestine publicly, because I was a little heated and I shouldn't have said it, but it happened and it is what it is. And I do have to apologize, you know, and it takes a real woman to apologize and say she's sorry when she's wrong. So, and that's it. And you guys, thank you so much for supporting the baseball organization. I also have a flyer. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's $25. We'll start May 1st. It's for 30 days. Please come out. We're very excited for the children. If you want to put your children in the program. And if, you know, like the mayor said, that he is a baseball person, we need coaches. So come on, Mayor. Thank you.
Umpiring.
Well,
I do some umpiring, and I'm gonna call them out if they out now.
okay, well, you know what? Okay, you just come on. Okay.
May I be recognized, Mayor? I did forget something. So thank you for saying these things because you matter too. I want to say thank you to Denzel also. I finally got one. I got one yesterday. He hand delivered it, and I appreciate it. You tell your wife I said thank you too. I'm glad to have that. I also want to say, I congratulate my daughter, Sharice Williams. She is the first Black female at Will County Educational Program. She's on that board, and she's the first Black woman. In fact, she's the first Black person. So she's there, and I want to say congratulations to her for this woman. And all the rest of these women. Congratulations to her. Thank you. And every woman that's out here that's doing something, I say congratulations to them. I yield my time.
I'll be recognized.
Trustee Franklin, yes, sir.
So if you guys been following the March Madness tournament, I want to recognize tonight that we have a resident of University Park that has made it to the Sweet 16. Marquise Kennedy is number 12 for Loyola. He's a sophomore. He graduated from Brother Rice, graduated with honors from Brother Rice, and he's a resident of University Park. And he's also recently been recognized as one of the top 10 defenders in the country. So that just speaks to the caliber of athletes that we're producing here at University Park. So I want to give kudos to that young man and let him know that we're praying for his success, that he remains healthy, and that he continues a successful career. Our cheer program, the University Park Lions cheer program, will be offering a free cheer workshop from April 19th to May 16th at Palmer Park. This will be for young ladies ages 4 to 14. And once again, that's free. We're asking that all young ladies in the community come out and participate. We'll have some free gifts and different things for the young ladies. If you would like to sign your child up, you sign them up at uplcheer@gmail.com. Once again, that's uplcheer@gmail.com. And finally, to briefly address the comments that were made in the public comments. So I would first like to start by saying to the young lady that made the comment, you're preaching to the choir. I like to say that me and my wife ran the football program for over 10 years before we received a penny from the village. And it can be very stressful. In fact, the stressful situation that you've described over the past couple years, you haven't seen an eighth of the stress that is going to be put on you as a president of a youth program. One thing you got to understand is you're your own entity, which means as a non-for-profit organization, you don't depend on anybody but yourself. You have to write grants, and any other assistance that you get is a positive. I always tell people that we lost everything. The University Park lost everything in the flood. And me and my wife had to come up with over $60,000 to save the program, and we didn't ask the village for a penny. You got to be a go-getter to run a non-for-profit organization. It's not easy work. It's not easy work. So you can't blame nobody when you're your own entity, because there were times where the village wouldn't sponsor anything for us, which is the reason why I had to run a wrestling program out my basement. So refusing to take no for an answer and being a go-getter and making it happen when you really love the kids, that's what we do. That's what we do. So we ran things for over 10 years before we received a penny. But we didn't complain. We got out there and got it. We raised funds and we made it happen. That's what it takes. I wish the baseball program all of the luck. And I told you through a text today that I'm thankful for you stepping up to the plate. And I mean that. So I want to make sure that we're clear about that because that's important. There's going to be a lot of stress put on you. You're going to want to quit sometimes. It's not easy. And the way that I'm hearing you talk already, you're already feeling it. But this is just an A for what you're going to experience. And I also want a reminder. Just 2 years ago, I put over $14,000 on my credit card to fly 15 kids to Orlando to play in the national championship and expected and asked the parents to reimburse me. And your son was one of those kids. So let's remember these things. That's the type of integrity and the type of things it takes to run a successful non-for-profit organization. The funding is not going to be there all the time, but the kids are. So you got to find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So you can't just sit back and blame the village because your non-for-profit organization is your own entity, which means you have the ability to raise money. I spoke at the last meeting, I was very thorough when I said I believe that the village should support non-for-profit organizations. I was very clear when I said that. And my wife is the one that sent in the email to express that. And as far as me being offended, my offense came because people are saying that we, and putting out blanket statements saying that the board doesn't support youth. Well, I asked you to name another couple or another husband and wife in the community that's done more for the kids in the village of University Park than Bridget Simmons Franklin and Donzel Franklin. You cannot name no one because this is what we do. It's not a game to us. We love these kids. We give our all every day, day in, day out. So that's where the offense come in because these blanket statements are not true. We've given too much and done too much and will continue to do. So since my name was mentioned, I want to take the time to address it and make sure that everybody is clear. When you love these kids, you make it happen. You don't blame people. You get out there and get it. We stood on corners in the rain, in the snow. We raised money. We write grants. You got to go get it. If you want it, if you love these kids, you got to go get it. It's nobody to blame. Go get it. Those are my comments.
Anybody else? Madam Clerk?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Well, I'm sure we all know that another election season is upon us, and the consolidated election is April 6th in University Park. We have a full field of candidates running. Just wanted to let you know that early voting has already begun, or it actually early voting and grace period voting at the Will County Clerk's office actually began February 25th. Here in University Park, the closest early voting site is at Crete Township, which is 1367 Wood Street in Crete. And they're open on March 27th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and March 29th through April 2nd, from Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. However, at the Will County Clerk's office, you can vote even up to Election Day, which is April 6th. So they have not secured Governor State as of today. Our only site, Moni, is no longer an option. Most of the municipalities around us are only doing early voting for their residents, but Crete Township is doing it for all of Will County. I would also like to thank Trustee Franklin and say belated happy birthday, but thanks for that lovely gift from you and your wife. And I could not thank my daughter and all of my other daughters for surprising me on my birthday last Friday by bringing me fabulous food, flowers, balloons, the epitome of giving flowers while I can smell them. So thanks to all of you, best wishes. And if you can, please get your vaccination and still wear your mask. And I'd like to congratulate our new appointees, new blood to our Fire and Police Commission, new blood to our Golf Club Advisory Committee.
Hey, new blood, indeed.
And I just want to thank all of you for serving, to thank our residents for their resilience in dealing with these two major crises that we have gone through for the last 2 years. And we're still standing. We're still getting things done. So I'd like to thank the board, the residents, and especially our staff who never waver for all that they do. God bless.
University Park strong. That's right. That's how we win. Good comments, Madam Clerk. Manager E, you're going to give a short report tonight, or you want to save it for after the meeting? What's your pleasure today, Madam E?
Mayor, if I would just mention one thing, and I'm gonna just stop because, you know, I can provide a very extensive report every 2 weeks, but in particular, I just want to indicate that the village submitted 5 grants on the 5th of March. The assistance of our engineer, and in particular, our planner from CMAP, we were able to submit them. We were also able to, I did a summary and submitted the reports to the state. The quarterly reports are done for all these projects, and they're more than a notion, especially it's like doing back homework on some of them, but I got one more to STP report to submit to the state. But when I submit them, I have to submit them to our local rep, to the state, and to Leslie Femister, and to our engineers. But just to mention to you, we've been on a route, as I've been trying to do, is trying to put the village in the position that we don't have to continually match or have our monies taken because we don't comply with prior grants. The 84,000 some odd dollars in the grants, in the bills payable today, was the village's 20% match that was required on the side path across University Parkway on the south side that was completed when I was there, and I did the walkthrough. So I did the final summary and we submitted it to the state. So we should not expect that to be taken out in intervals on future sources. They are still completing their takeouts for the village not having paid 20% matches in other projects. So they've been taking it out every time we've been anticipating getting money back. We'll see deductions here, deductions there. So we want to stop that. The other thing I want to mention, we had to come up with ways because as I think was mentioned earlier, Trustee Brooks, we found ways that the village is not always on the hook for dollars. So we got a project under the TIP program through STP, South Suburban Mayors and Managers, since they handled the IDOT projects for University Park. We got a project coming in 2025. 2025, you know, it's like you got to smell your flowers today. We don't know what's going to happen in 2025. All we know is the village is currently in dire straits. So I completed a TIF revision request with Tom Slattery from Baxter and Woodman, and we were able to submit it to the TAG committee. We got a little resistance, and my patience was on the edge because I guess one of the members felt their town had not received any financing and wanted to know why we felt we needed. I got to hear. It wasn't about that. It was about how far we gotten, how comprehensive, how on target with the state, how we pull this project back that had been on the table, grandfathered, and we grandfathered and brought it back. We got them to finally agree at the end of that meeting. Then it was transferred to the regular transportation meeting, and it was passed unanimously at the transportation meeting. That means for the street lightings on Cicero Avenue, the village pays zero. We got the match to be transferred from that project to compensate the village's cost here. So we're doing these kinds of things. We're trying to find monies wherever we can under the rock. Also, Abbott, very quickly, Mayor, I'm going to make this and I'm not going to give my whole report.
No, they need to know about Abbott. They need to know about it. Okay.
Abbott has been totally estimated in excess of $1 million. There's no way that we could see $1 million coming at one time. One of the volunteers last Wednesday drove down Abbott delivering some funds. Her tire went into 2 sinkholes and her entire front came off. So filling that in with gravel, filling it in with asphalt, cold patch, hot patch, we will not help. So we've decided to phase it, to fast track it, which means that I've asked the engineer to give me their summary of fast tracking it, phasing it, and that's what the board is going to get a copy of. So I'm going to seek sources on behalf of the village to get monies for phase 1, 2, 3 down the line through IDOT, through CMAP, through SDP, through whatever, for each phase of these. And they're opening our funding sources up now. We're going after every source of money we can on that. And Trustee Bolden, you can attest to that. We're going at every source we can.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
So we're going to get Abbott done in phases. We're going to get Amherst done, and we're this spring we'll come back to the table with the dollars for Farmview. So we're doing it. Also, just want to final comment, Mayor. This week, the Public Works Director and I myself will be blocked for two hours, no calls, no anything. I went out Monday. I came in Monday. It was a little after 7 a.m. Monday. It was raining as it was. I went out the whole part of the morning from the Hooter to the Tudor, east, west, north, south of the village, looking at trees. People give lists, streets of trees, but you got to be more specific when you start developing priority. The mayor is coming after me and everybody else. What is happening with tree removal? I've got a comprehensive list, and we got well over 400 trees in this village. Well over 400 trees, and I won't be exact with you, but we're taking the worst trees and developing a priority list. Public Works had some that was left with Pates. Public Works has new. I've come out and gotten quite a few that weren't even on the list. And to show parity among the village, we had to do the entire village. So Public Works and myself are going out uninterrupted. We're using zones, up and downs. We are getting physical addresses, and they're going to start tackling this very shortly. We have the boom truck. We're going to tackle it. We're going after it. And we're getting ready to order some asphalt from Gallagher so we can start. I'll stop. I won't say anymore, but those are basic ones, Mayor.
Okay, I got a question, actually, Trustee Brooks, real quick. So when the trees are cutting down, you know, it's good to take them all down. It's been a long time coming to get these dead trees out of here. what is the recommendation? How low are the trees gonna go? And is there a plan from Public Works to also replenish some of the trees that are being destroyed by planting smaller trees?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. We're looking at doing that, but we're also looking at a phase 2 to remove the tree trunks.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Phase 2.
Right.
And I just want to mention, the village submitted their application with many other applications to the state of Illinois for the governor's hometown award. We didn't expect it. It was a very thorough application. It was expected. We didn't expect it. We were one of the finalists. Out of the thousands of applications, we were one of the finalists. They called and interviewed us, even if we don't get us selected, but I'm an eternal optimist and I hope
we're going to get that.
Okay, but we were selected because of what has transitioned in University Park over a year period. If we do, we're going for the Tree Grants of America grant, where we can actually get monies to plant trees, but we got to get rid of these old ones. So that's like a phase 2.
Okay.
Mayor, may I be recognized? I have a question.
Trustee Brooks is first, Trustee Bodine.
Okay, okay.
Trustee Brooks.
Yes, this question is for Madam Village Manager. For the record, excuse me, for the record, when would the taxes be in? And only reason why I say that, because I know we're scrambling, and let's just let the residents know, because and I guess my biggest concern is with COVID-19, the revenue just won't be as much as it was last year.
Yeah, Trustee, I think I can answer your question, and then sorry to interrupt you. I know the Will County extension estimates came out yesterday. I was receiving from some of my other clients. So the Will County estimate of the extensions was released yesterday.
Oh,
and I can find it and I can email it to everyone. I'll pull up your sheet and email it to everyone tomorrow morning.
Okay, because I just want to make sure, because you know, when it comes down to you getting money, I know we've been tight and fussing, and you know, we get $1,000, and if you write a $150 check, we got $850 in the bank so we can do some projects. So I just wanted to make sure, Madam Village Manager, I yield my time, Mayor.
Right. Trustee Shirley.
Ms. E, you mentioned Abbott, and then you went to Farmview. What about Amherst? Because I'm being jumped on all over about Amherst. That I'm not fighting. Wait, let me get all this out. I've been fighting. They say I'm not fighting enough for Amherst, and I'm on the board, and you don't even mention Amherst. I'm sick and tired. Would you give an explanation where Amherst fit in this? I know Abbott is number one, but please give an explanation about Amherst.
I apologize. I thought I mentioned Amherst.
No, you skipped to Farmview.
Okay. Abbott is the worst street.
Right.
Abbott, then there the Farmview, there's Union. I'm telling you. So Abbott is first. Amherst is the second one that we're seeking monies for, Trustee.
Okay.
So I apologize if I didn't mention it. In fact, I gave all trustees a copy of the estimates and all. The number worst street in the village is Abbott.
I totally agree with that.
Second one, believe it or not, based on resurfacing, is Amherst. And it doesn't have anything to do with you, Trustee. It just has to do with it. It's the street is bad. And they're developing the sinkholes.
And so that pushes Farmview back, because I know we told everybody, was that Farmview?
No, we have the funding for Farmview.
They got the funding for Farmview.
And it was bid and awarded already.
Okay, so that means that we would take care of
Abbott and then Farmview.
So it'd be basically, we'll be doing multiple projects,
yes,
multiple funding at the same time.
Phasing it. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Is that it, Trustee Shirley?
Yes.
Okay. Is there, Trustee Curtis, anything tonight? Okay. And before we go to executive session, I'll just ask our residents again, thank you. What a pleasure it is to serve as your mayor through the worst times in history. I'm still here fighting day in and day out. What a great vision that we have for this community. We're just asking for your continued support. Thank you for all that you've endured through a water crisis and then through a COVID. I guarantee you that we're going to come out a better community after all these crises are over with, as long as we stick together and work together. And as I close and we get ready to go to executive session, I would ask everybody in our viewing audience to please join the Village of University Park, mayors of special events, as we celebrate our women in a virtual ceremony. And who will we have celebrating? First of all, we'll start with our host, Jeff Coyne. Also, what our co-host will be Fox News' Tia Ewing. We'll be giving Robin Kelly, Congresswoman Robin Kelly, Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton, Czar Toy Hutchison, Will County Executive JBT, Sonia Coffey, Attorney Fain, First Baptist Reverend Only, and our own police chief, Chief Debbie Wilson, which is our first African-American chief here in the community of University Park and in Will County. So there's going to be a great virtual event. This is March 25th, 2021. And I'm sure Ms. Neva will show the flyer and the link to everybody can join in. This will be a pretty neat ceremony as we work continuously together to improve our relationships in the state and in the nation. So thank you. As I close out, get to the polls. It doesn't matter who you vote for, but it's important that you get out there and cast your vote.
That's right.
And I ask for a motion to go into exec. Listen,
Motion to go into
5 to
executive
7
session.
minute executive session for the.
Second.
All right.
Motion to go into executive session.
Moved by Trustee Williams, second by Trustee Brooks. All in favor?
And as for the purpose of discussing the sale lease of village property, is that correct, Mayor?
That is correct.
Thank you.
All right, so I guess we'll be waiting for a breakout room.
No,
I think we need to do a roll call.
Okay, roll call, Madam Clerk.